Training requirements. January 1st, 2023 marks a major shift in training approach for dangerous goods training requirements, from category-based to competency-based training. In order to understand the new training approach better, let's review the old system first. Until 2023, all employees needed to have the DGR training relevant to their profession, category. There were 12 different fixed categories. Training curricula outlines which aspects of transport of dangerous goods by air they should already be familiar with as a minimum. For example, passenger handling staff, Category 9, and cabin crew, Category 11, were obliged to be trained in the same following aspects: general philosophy, limitations, labeling and marking, recognition of undeclared dangerous goods, provision for passengers and crew, and emergency procedures. On the 1st of January 2023, the new Competency-Based Training and Assessment (CBTA) approach became mandatory for dangerous goods training. With CBTA requirements in place, the previous training curricula is no longer valid. Instead of categories-based curricula, ICAO has provided 10 standard job functions and also provided a detailed sample task list for each of those 10 job functions. The employer has the right to add additional job functions and independently create a task list for any job functions which are not described in 10 standard sample job functions. The goal of competency-based training and assessment is to produce a competent workforce by providing focused training. It does so by identifying key competencies and the level of proficiency to be achieved. Proficiency can be divided into 4 levels: introductory, basic, intermediate, and advanced, and applied to individual tasks involved in the functions assigned to the employee. For example, the passenger handling staff training requirements are detailed in Sample Task List, Table H.6.5.A. In addition to the sample task list by the functions, 3 core competency factors are established: knowledge, information and concept; skills, ability to perform; attitude, commitment and engagement. Performing a dangerous goods task may require different levels of knowledge, skills and attitude, depending on the complexity of the specific task and the operational environment. All of these key competencies are to be evaluated by the employer. Finally, competency-based training and assessment program must be established by the employer. The following components, as summarized in Figure H.4.A, are essential for forming a competent workforce for the safe and efficient transport of dangerous goods by air: a training specification that describes the purpose of training, the task list, and the requirements that must be fulfilled when designing the training; an assessment plan providing the process and tools for gathering valid and reliable evidence at different stages during training; a training plan describing the training required to achieve the competencies; training and assessment materials and any other organizational resources needed to implement training and assessment plans; and a program evaluation report. This training is compliant with competency-based training and assessment approach.